Hey everybody, you know who's been doing really well since Pam Bondi became the Attorney General? Brad Bondi, Pam's brother. I'm Liz Oyer, the former pardon attorney for the Department of Justice. Brad Bondi leads the investigation and white-collar defense practice at the law firm Paul Hastings. He represents clients facing investigation or prosecution by the Department of Justice. Having his sister at the top of that organization has been great for Brad's clients. Let me give you some examples. This is Carolina Amnesty. She was an elected official in Florida who the Justice Department charged with taking over $100,000 in fraudulent COVID-19 relief funds, which supposedly DOJ is cracking down on. But Carolina Amnesty had the bright idea to hire Brad Bondi right after his sister was named Attorney General. And amazingly, a few months later, DOJ dropped all the charges against Amnesty. Poof, gone. Then there's Sid Chakraverty. He's a real estate developer from St. Louis who DOJ charged with illegally claiming millions of dollars in tax incentives. Last year, Brad Bondi joined his defense team, and then 1 month later, the Justice Department dismissed the whole case against both Chakraverty and his partner, Vic Alston. Then there's Trevor Milton, another client of Brad Bondi's. Milton was convicted of a massive fraud scheme, and DOJ was seeking over $600 million in restitution for his victims. But then, before any of that money was paid back, Milton got a pardon from Donald Trump. The pardon wiped out years of work by career prosecutors to get accountability for Milton's victims. Brad Bondi is also representing the International Association of Cruise Lines in a lawsuit against the state of Hawaii. The cruise lines are challenging a new tourism tax on ships that stop in Hawaii. And guess what? The Justice Department has now intervened in the lawsuit on behalf of the cruise lines. In other words, DOJ is helping Brad Bondi's clients to win their case. Brad Bondi recently posted on LinkedIn bragging about all these wins. He wrote that in addition to all these public wins, there were many confidential victories, including confidential settlements, declinations, and closing letters. That's a quote. In other words, we don't even know the full extent of the deals he has gotten for his clients. This is not normal. I don't know of any lawyer anywhere who has this type of track record dealing with the DOJ, which is the most powerful law enforcement agency in the country. You might be asking, can they really do this? Well, there are rules and regulations that prohibit preferential treatment and conflicts of interest. But last year, Pam Bondi fired the person who enforces those rules. DOJ now has no ethics director, no professional responsibility director, and no inspector general. So basically no one to police the corruption. But don't worry, I am keeping tabs on all of it. And together we will demand accountability.